G'day all, Simon here, Explosive Action. We are back doing a movie and metal hunt around the town. It's been a while since we've done one of these. Going to go do some crate diving, check out the JB sale, see what we can pick up. And so I take the train into the city to start my shopping trip journey. It's been a while since I've been on a train to the city, and it's been a few months since I've managed to do one of these shopping trips. Looking forward to it. Went through Central Station so I could go to the first shop, and it's looking pretty empty these days. First shop is Top 10 Sound and Movie down the end of that alley. It's a good fun shop. First thing I saw was Skinwalker with Udo Kier. The reviews are not very kind, so I put it back. A cool Return of the Living Dead edition there. A few other new films. This edition of Misery looks pretty cool. But this Boris Karloff film, The Body Snatcher, that looked interesting. And here, we've got a Laserdisc of Aces Go Places 2 mounted on the wall. In the cheapy DVDs I found The Breed, but it's got Bai Ling and, you know, she's sometimes not that great. Base Moi has got to be one of the worst films I've ever seen. It's still banned in this country. Here's the Laserdisc that they still have in stock at Top 10. Nothing much really changes here, but I go for a flick every now and then and kind of hope that somebody's offloaded more discs, but I think those days are long gone. Definitely all the horror films. Except for this one, Jade. I don't know what that is, but I see that around a lot. And this is a very old, early release. Prince of the City on Warner. This was an old poster and bookshop. It's been closed for at least a decade and nobody's rented it out. But it's kind of sad to see all the very, very faded, almost blue posters and books on the walls now. Utopia, the home of metal. Taking a look on the wall here, there's all these cool figurines. And there's Ray from the Hard-Ons. He works in the shop. Nazem. Interesting looking live DVD there. Not so interesting this Tank DVD. It's a band that sounds like something I should like, but they're not that good. In the second hands I did find this Coroner No More Colour. It's a bit of a bargain for anybody that wants it, but I already have it. And down in the rest of the sales I found this Dargard CD. That's kind of dark ambient stuff, but it's not great either. And speaking of not great, the new 6 Feet Under. I love the way that Utopia advertise and label their things. In the awesome shit we're looking at some Crypt Crawler, Dark Throne. There's some Carcass there. Dismember, of course, is fantastic, but not that back on black pressing. And not that dissection. My god. Don't know why they couldn't get the cover art. Glacier is not a bad band, and I probably should pick that up one day. Some reissue classics from Obituary. A newer Onslaught that I've never heard. And an awesome old Overkill. They're putting some slightly dinged corner things in this section, but I didn't find anything. Some new releases on the wall. There's the new Massacre. If anybody's listened to it, I am curious, so let me know. This band, aside from being named after a Morbid Angel song, I thought would sound good, but it's a bit too melodic. Old School Sacrilege looks like a compilation of demos. Thought about taking it home, but maybe next time. Here's an example of a record that looks cool but sounds like trash. Very much not metal. Look at those song titles. This Exodus was tempting, but it's not really one of their best. I guess anything after the first album for me is not going to come home with me. And here's the best thrash band of 1989. Nuclear Assault, but it's only a little EP. I'm not sure why they didn't have a back cover on it. Maybe it's just a picture disc. I have no idea what this is, but it screamed out prog rock, and I thought the cover was kind of interesting. And here's another one that looked like a cool cover, but checking the photos of the band members on the back, I saw a keytar, and that's not something I want to be involved with. Went to Red Eye Records. Don't often go in here. On the way down they have all the box sets, and I saw this Falconback LP set, but at that price it's not coming anywhere near my house. Checking out the metal CDs. Best thing about this place is they put yellow stickers for the sale ones so you can find them easy. This Angel Corpse is fantastic, but I've already got it. As I do this Mayhem, haven't got the new one. I've got that EP, and I don't have Chimera. That Druid is a very good album. And this Bludgeoner is a great EP of earlier Australian death metal. This Exhumed, that's definitely coming home with me, that one. And this Suffocation is an absolute classic. Nagura Bungut, or however you say it, definitely their best album. And a fantastic OG of Overkill for a very good price. Not so much in the metal LPs, unfortunately. Unless you want a Europe Japanese pressing, I do not. And this band called More, I didn't know what it was, but it didn't look that great. Not with a song called Road Rocket. This turns out to be a Sydney band. I gave them a listen because the cover was cool, but it's incredibly average deathcore. This Headbanger compilation, now that has an awesome cover. It's just the standard sort of AC/DC and Motorhead type bands though. Off to JB Hi-Fi, and it turns out it's closed. But thankfully there's another one nearby. Checking out, they had the new Iron Maiden box. Not a big Iron Maiden fan, particularly of that album anyway. They had the new Poppy. I'm definitely a fan of Poppy, interested in what she's doing, but I'm going to get that on LP. This is why I came though, for the 20% off movie sale. Taking a walk through the DVD stands here. And into the horror section where you find all the best bits. Shudder has started releasing their line in Australia. The Power is one I will definitely pick up at some point. I'm also curious about Beelzebub. Pretty interesting name. This one, Violation, looks like it's going to be pretty grim. No idea what The Dare is, but it looked like a Saw kind of film. If anybody's seen this, let me know. The Harry Palmer collection, Michael Caine, out on imprint, very, very nearly came home with me, but need to save some money for the next shops. Maybe at Christmas. My small haul, and this man being hauled away by the men in blue. Stop for a bite. Got a giant pretzel. It was delicious. Off to Egg Records. I don't often find many good things in this shop, but what I always usually get here is replacement outer sleeves, which I certainly stocked up on today. Nothing much in the metal CDs this time either. Occasionally there's some good used items, but nothing really today. Some really interesting and pretty cool old school toys in the display shelf, including this Viewmaster and lots of Japanese figurines. Into Repressed Records, one of my favourite shops. Always good stock here. A very well filled out metal section. Some 10 inches. This one from Gravesend I've been curious about for a while, Black and Grindcore. Terrorizer and Bolt Thrower and Dark Throne reissues, but lots of other interesting things from smaller labels. Not sure who this band Grieg is. Headless Death, some nasty stuff with them. Mental Cavity, it's a pretty new band, playing a sort of death grind. EOS is one I'm not familiar with. And this is a band called Feculent. They're out of Melbourne. They're playing some pretty good death metal. Superstition, everybody should have that album. I like that cover on the Witchfind. New Varathron reissues. And this one, band called Valna. I'd not heard of them before, but I gave it a quick listen in the shop, and it sounded pretty good. New Invincible Force out on Dark Descent. I should definitely check that one out. This band called Queecore, I think, but I've already picked that album out. The new Craven Idol, that is actually sold out on LP, so get it while you can. And this very interesting new release from Stargazer, apparently it's one of their previous albums but just an instrumental version. I thought the aesthetics were really cool. Not sure who this Unbound band is. Not sure who left Crossar, but they have a cool logo. Bedsore were fairly uninspiring, but the Grave Miasma is awesome. As is the new Ghastly. Definitely top 10 of the year stuff. As is the new Portal. Last Agony I don't know, but that was very demo punk kind of album cover. This band Helios was new to me, but they're some kind of Polish 80s thrash. Check out the band photos. And I was very curious about what this would sound like. Checking out the metal CDs, there's always a few good ones here. And they put the used ones in as well as the new ones. New Questmaster. This new band, Obsolete. Another one on Dark Descent I've never heard of. And the new Anatomia, one I definitely have to pick up at some point. Into the DVD shelves, checking out the Cult and the action, martial arts. Interesting seeing some old releases, but there was really nothing here today. This One Man's Vengeance was a pretty cool looking piece of chop socky, but I don't need any more English dubbed kung fu. Tetsuo the Bullet Man had a very cool cover, and this is The Bride with White Hair, which is a very good addition. Check out this Masters of the Universe annual. I thought this was really cool, had all the old action figures in it. It was in very good condition. Just nice to have a flick through. And off to Papa Disco, where I go through the metal LPs, like I always do. They don't change too much, but every now and then I find something that I've forgotten about, or he has gotten some new things in, like that Anthrax bootleg. No idea what Megatherion is, but it looked pretty cool. This Dark Throne is an earlier issue from 2002. This Vandale looked interesting with the lion and the blood coming out of its mouth. I gave it a listen though. But check out this strange thing. It just says Russian Metal Promo. Definitely have to give that a listen to find out what that is. And look at this. There's a Crossfire album in the shelf. Absolutely coming home with me. Giving the Russian album a listen. I'll tell you what it is at the end. And having a well-deserved beer. It tasted awesome. So let's take a look at the things that I did pick up today on my little shopping trip. We'll start with the Blu-rays and the DVDs. I ended up picking up the Body Snatcher, Boris Karloff, 1944 I think it was? 45, close enough. Shout Factory release from 2019 that I just didn't know existed, but they happened to have it in top 10, so I was very happy to pick it up. I paid the same price that's on Amazon, which is good for me to pick it up from a retail shop and pay an Amazon price. It wasn't exactly cheap, which usually means that they're down to the last copies on Amazon. If Amazon are no longer discounting, you might want to get this thing quick. is my suggestion to you. Anyway, so yeah, Boris Karloff and a little bit of Bela Lugosi there. I'm just reading the back here. The same Henry Daniel from Four Skulls of Jonathan Drake, which is an interesting one. Needs cadavers for medical studies, and Karloff is willing to provide them one way or another. Film features a supporting performance by fellow horror icon Bela Lugosi. And I've been really enjoying getting into sort of the 40s and 50s black and white horror films, the shorter ones. This one runs at 77 minutes, which is positively long, I think, for the era. So, yeah, really keen to check this one out. Nice presentation inside. So we've got the long poster behind the disc there. Very nice stuff. It's a Shout Factory disc. I assume it will be good quality. 4K scan of the original camera negative. You know, not going to get much better than that. Documentary, audio commentary, another documentary, trailer, still gallery. Yeah, good stuff. Looking forward to that one. And now we're digging a bit deeper. I did pick up Rebels of World War II. Asylum film, as are a few of the ones I'm about to show. You know I'm a sucker for the Asylum. Just, I don't know. Once Extra the Mutilator asked me, did I watch these movies or is it like stamp collecting? And I said, it's somewhere in between. But yes, the Rebels of World War II. Look at that cast. Look at that cast. We get William Baldwin, Eric Roberts, and Danny Trejo. I'll watch anything with Danny Trejo. Eric Roberts has got like 500 acting credits on IMDb. It is absolutely insane. The man doesn't stop working. I ended up watching this one tonight. It's been a tiring day. I thought I'd just chuck this one on. It'll be a bit of a lazy watch. Have a bit of a laugh at the Asylum. This is definitely one of their better films. They are improving in terms of their effort and their quality. Maybe they should do more war films. I mean, all you need to do is get a disused military vessel, film some scenes down below, film some scenes up the top, shoot some stuff, blow some things up, bark orders, and you get a war movie. But it's actually got a good, consistent plot. It's got action for about 85% of the time. The acting is better than usual. Eric Roberts is good. All the supporting actors are actually pretty good. There's only some very limited CG. There's actual real explosions and things. I don't know. They should do more movies like this. So yeah, Rebels of World War II, I actually quite enjoyed it. And then the other side of the spectrum is Ape vs. Monster. Couldn't possibly think what film that they're mocking with this one. I don't know, maybe some kind of King Kong and Godzilla or something. I don't know. Ape vs. Monster. The greatest of all time. Like, that's the stupidest line. The greatest of all time. They didn't say like the greatest showdown of all time. Just the greatest. What is the greatest? They are the greatest? It's a very bad looking Godzilla kind of thing. It's got tusk coming out of its nose. Anyway, an ape lost in space. That's a great start. Crash lands back to Earth. The vessel oozes a sludge that triggers massive growth in both the ape as well as a passing Gila monster. There we go, that's what it is. Okay, he's just passing by and gets oozed. Once the creatures reach Titanic size, their paths cross again, leading to a giant brawl in which mankind hangs in the balance. Hopefully, we get a significant amount of silly monster bashing here, and not just talking heads and people worried about their lives. I want to see some crappy monster action here in the 85 minutes of this film. Again, from the Asylum, starring... Does it matter? Anyway, Ape vs. Monster, see how we go. Another war one. This is not Asylum, so I probably should have changed the order of these things. This is Torpedo U-235. This one, not Asylum, I said this is upper level. This is just an independent war film. I believe it's slightly more modern. No, it's World War II. Team of resistance fighters on deadly mission on a stolen submarine from Congo to Florida. Reminiscent of Inglourious Basterds and Indiana Jones. I'll take that. And who are we starring in this thing? Again, people I don't know, but I did take a quick gander at some reviews and they were generally positive. And I'm having a good run with things that come out on Eagle Entertainment. I don't know, they just seem to pick the right films that appeal to me. Torpedo U-235, Deep Dive to Survive. Could be good fun. Hopefully I will enjoy it. I'm sure I will. And the other one that's an Asylum film, oh man, 2021 War of the Worlds. This will be craptacular. This will definitely be craptacular. Obviously they're doing War of the Worlds, bit of an Independence Day kind of cover going on there. Yeah, a cool looking effect on the back there. We might only see it for 3 seconds, but whatever. Sibling astronomers, oh, they have to be siblings, do they? Discover Martians are threatening to attack Earth, but nobody believes them, until the Martians land and nearly destroy all of New York. Sounding familiar. Siblings try to make it out of the city with their families. They discover... Oh, families. Oh, if they spent 60 minutes going on about families, I'll lose it. They discover the Martians have no immunity against the diseases of Earth. Must now figure out how to infect the invading army to eradicate the aliens before all of Earth is destroyed first. Well, there you go. And the stars. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who it stars. Oh, I've got Tom Sizemore in the small writing. Tom Sizemore is like the new Asylum guy. He's just doing like every second, if not every, Asylum film. Was he in any of the other ones and I missed it? Is he in Ape First Monster? Let's check that out again. Is there a Tom Sizemore? Oh, no, there's no Tom Sizemore in this one. Oh shit, this one's got Eric Roberts in it again. This is brilliant. Eric Roberts in 2 films from Asylum, and this one's got Tom Sizemore. Amazing. I'm very happy, man. I'm kind of rambling too because it's late and I'm tired. It's been a long day out. Anyway, there's some laser shots there from 2021 War of the Worlds. Life will never be the same, apparently. So we'll move on to the metal stuff now. One CD I picked up, which I showed you in the shop. This is Exhumed Platters of Splatter. Needed some more Exhumed in my life. I had Gore Metal a long time ago and it must not have survived the purge. I don't actually have any Exhumed on CD. Nothing. Yeah, no, I don't actually have any Exhumed on CD. I've got their last album on LP, but no CDs of Exhumed. This is pretty much all of their EPs, demos, splits, single song from a 7-inch, that kind of stuff, all thrown on the 2 discs. There are roughly about 55 tracks here. Huge set here from Relapse. Not sure when it came out. This was a used item on the Red Eye Records shelves. There's the booklet, CD1, CD2, some artwork on the back tray, and take a look here. It's actually kind of cool. It shows you sort of everything up to that point that they'd released. Oop. I'm going to fold back in on itself. Come on. Alright, here we go. So, see all the albums you recognise: Gore Metal, Slaughter Cult, but then the 7 inches and EPs and demos, and they're the things that are included in here. And it kicks off with the Exhumed tracks from the famous Hemdale Exhumed split, which I really want a legit copy of. That thing's very hard to get. So yeah, there's a description of all the things you get, and some stuff there from the band, which is cool. From I can't tell who wrote that. Anyway, so yeah, got the cool Exhumed Platters of Splatter. I do prefer the earlier stuff from Exhumed, but I also really like their last album. A lot of their sort of middle tier stuff, middle era, didn't do it a lot for me at the time. Maybe I'll be a different opinion now, I don't know, but yeah, this stuff is going to be good. On to the LPs now. This is the one I picked up in Repressed. This is the band I had never heard of, and it's a one-woman funeral doom with black metal aspects to it. The album is called Vuna or Vauna. It's Vouna. Not too sure how you're supposed to say it. Really, really nice cover on this thing, and it's the album's called Atropos. There's the very sparse inside there, and you get 2 LPs. They're just black. I'll just double check that. Yes, they are just black LPs, both of them. There you go. And there's the back of it here. There she is. She apparently plays everything on the album. Guitar, drums, the vocals, keyboards, violins, all that kind of stuff. It's completely one-person band. So yeah, it sounded really good from the brief second I listened to it in the shop, which is about what I give things these days. I just put my headphones on, find it on YouTube and go, does this suck? No, it doesn't suck, then I will buy it. So I'm looking forward to digging into it. 2 LPs of Funeral Doom. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's out on Profound Lords, 2021 release. So yeah, let's see if it's worthy of being in the end of year list. Awesome, from Valna. Moving on to the 2 last things. These are the ones I got from Papa Disco, which is one of my favorite shops. Look at this garish cover. It's not really the cover. This is a promotional, presumably for radio. Just one of their generic sleeves. This is the Russian heavy metal band. That's all it said on the post-it note. They couldn't work it out. And it's got some Russian. There's some Cyrillic stuff, and there's the actual inner part there of the LP, so you can sort of see what it says. So I took Google Lens to this to work out what the hell it was. There it is there. And as you can see in the red part that I highlighted, this is the band called Aria, who I already have one album by. So yeah, Russian band Aria. They sound a bit like Iron Maiden, because it's mid-80s and Russia, and that's sort of the metal they had heard at that time, so that's the metal that they created. And yeah, it's really good. And I have their 3rd album. This ends up being their 4th album, so another full album here by Aria. I've not cleaned any of this in any way, so it's quite filthy. It's just a black LP anyway. But yeah, it would be nice if I could get the cover for it. That's what the cover looks like. But it is unlikely to happen, and I'll just put this in a decent sleeve and just enjoy the novelty of having I don't know if it's a test press or presumably I think it's more of a radio LP. The disc jockey would have this version, pull it off, put it on to play on the radio show. That's my thought anyway. So there you go. This is the 4th, unpronounceable, I can't say it, but the 4th album from Aria. Very cool. And the last one, I was stoked to still see this here, and I must have known it was there. I must have listened to it a while ago and then forgot about it. And then I put it into my wish list of, oh yeah, I really want that. And then forgot that they had it, because this is not new stock. They've had this there forever. I just must have skipped over it. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just glad to have it now. Crossfire, Second Attack. Please soak in the... What is this? This is like He-Man, Mountains, Skeletor. I mean, this is just craziness. Complete cartoon stuff going on here. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah. Oh, and you look at the back. Look at these guys. Take a good look at that band. I mean, you got this guy in here that was sort of like late 70s Rob Halford doing the best there. Everyone else looks like they should be in like parody heavy metal band or something. Like this is just glorious stuff is what this is. I mean, look at this. Oh, absolutely amazing. Yeah. Smell the glove indeed. Crossfire, Second Attack. Just good old straight up heavy speed metal, and it's on Mausoleum Records, which is a nice find. A lot of good stuff on Mausoleum. Also a lot of average stuff, and a lot of stuff with hilarious covers, which of course this Crossfire fits that bill entirely. So yeah, Crossfire, Second Attack with Spinal Tap on the back there. So great stuff. Yeah, I'll give this one a bit of a wash and thoroughly enjoy having some Crossfire. And I want to get the other album as well. It's still on the wish list. So yeah, Second Attack from Crossfire. That's what I picked up today. I better stop the rambling. I am actually pretty tired. So anyway, hope you enjoyed my little trip out. It's the first time I've been out doing one of these at least in 6 months. I don't know when I last filmed one, but with the lockdowns finished now, I can go out and do this kind of thing. So yeah, very enjoyable day. If you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, and check out this thing and that thing, whatever they may be, and I'll catch you next time.